Hello and welcome back to the Phillies pregame show. I'm joined once again by my co-host Gavin. Gavin, another big win last night, another close, tight win. But the Phils, man, here we are. Making the push. Brewers lose again. Now 4 games up on the wild card. Sir Anthony Dominguez getting his rehab start tonight. Zach Eflin, haven't heard that name all season. He's back in rehab, I think, either tonight or tomorrow. Castellanos is going to get back in the lineup soon. Things are looking up.
You're gonna make me be a bad guy, are you?
Listen,
It's kind of hard.
we're 4 games up now on the wild card. The Brewers are helping us big time. Or I guess you should say the Rockies are helping us big time.
Here's the hard part, Kai. I don't want to get my hopes up yet.
Okay.
4 games is big, but it's not big enough. We've seen how this happened.
Yeah.
The Rockies have a harder ending than the Phillies do.
Brewers.
Or excuse me,
Yep.
Brewers. But the hard part is this, and I'll be honest. We've seen the Phillies collapse and fold before. Let's go back to I want to say it's Joe Girardi's first year. But remember that summer where the Phillies went first place for a little bit? Matter of fact, it was last summer to be exact.
Last year.
Where the Phillies were in first place for the majority of the summer, and the August woes and then the September blow up. Just the August woes and the September they didn't even show up. And Atlanta goes on to win the division, and we know how that ends.
We had a bad August last year. Really bad August.
I don't want to say that it can happen again, but I'm also expecting the worst. I always expect the worst for the Phillies because why must I expect positivity where this team has always lived again?
It has been a long time.
It has been a long time.
A very, very long time since we could see
Too long of a time. Kon was not a gambler back then when the Phillies started. Well, I don't know. He has a gambling problem. That's neither here nor there. That's for another episode, another time. Kon, I'm just trying to tell you, like, I see last night, I see the amazing acrobatic play by Mundo Sosa. All right, I understand that JT's throwing people out. He actually cares to play baseball again.
JT wants it bad.
JT wants it bad. Gene Segura wants it more than JT does. Remember that.
Gene Segura wants it bad. Gene Segura wants it more than everybody.
Gene Segura has never been to the playoffs in his long ass career. Long career. Haven't saw that. Let's not get too excited yet. All right. How many games? Say that again.
We got more games to go. We got a big one tonight. Let's get it. This is a tough one tonight.
This is a tough one. Who's tonight, by the way?
Phillies at Marlins. Marlins at Phillies. Gibson versus Alcantara.
I get this can go to Alcantara.
Alcantara is going to win the Cy Young in the National League.
And he was an all-star pitcher this year, too.
Yeah, he's going to win the Cy Young. He was the best pitcher in the MLB this season. The Phillies have been the only team that have hit Alcantara this season. We've gotten at least 2 runs by him, which is, for Alcantara, a lot. And we hit him up big for 4 last game we played him. We have beat him, I believe, 3 times. We gave him 2 L's, 1 no decision in the game we won. We are 3-1 against Alcantara. For me, this game can be won in the hand of Kyle Gibson if he can get it done. 1 time, lock it down, go 6, allow 2. Give it to the bullpen. It's going to be a low-scoring game. That's the only way we're going to win. It's Alcantara. Let's see if we can get one tonight. This would be a big one.
You know what frightens me?
Let's hear it.
And I understand we have to give him some time. Let's say the Phillies make the playoffs, right? Fantasy football. Constant another one, by the way. Let's just say that we made the playoffs, right?
That'd be great.
But are you a little bit worried about Harper's play? Just a little bit, like home run wise? Like, I understand he's missed a lot of time. He hasn't really hit a bomb yet. That he's not back. But at some point, I gotta see something to be like, oh yeah, that's him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he's playing awful, but it's not the Harper we know. Like, I'm worried that he almost say rush himself back, but I'm worried that, like, what if he's not ready? And then you go to the playoffs I mean, I know I'm going over tonight, and Alcantara. I mean, Alcantara's a great pitcher. I understand the Phillies get to him and all that. It's not going to be a pitcher's duel because I seen Kyle Gibson. Every time I come to game, Kyle Gibson's pitching, it never looks great whenever I'm watching. So that's why I'm not going to speak on Kyle Gibson. Alcantara is a fantastic pitcher. I mean, you said Cy Young, all the great stuff, but I number 3 is what's like scaring me right now. It's because that's not really him. All right, it's imposter number 3.
So here's what I'll say: Harper has been hitting well since he came back.
Yeah,
He has not hit a home run. And yesterday there was a scare in the middle of the game where Harper seemed like he hurt his oblique in that bat. So there are concerns that he is still possibly has a little injury. So yeah, we'll have to see on that. But that's a little concerning. He is back in the lineup tonight, which is a very good news because they're not going to rush him back again in a home game against the Marlins in early September. If he needed a day off or if he was hurt, so it's a good sign he's back in the lineup tonight. But yeah, and the other thing is, if we're going to win the game tonight, it's going to have to be a pitcher's duel because we're not getting even 3 runs off Alcantara in the first 5 innings. It just hasn't happened this year. This guy goes 7, 8, 9 innings in every start this season. So if we're going to win tonight, it's going to have to be Gibson to carry the load for 6 to 7 innings.
and that is not reliable always.
He has not been as good as he was earlier in the season. He's struggling now, 4.48 ERA, not the best. But let's get into the lineup for tonight anyway. So a few surprises. You could call them surprises because there is a righty on the mound now with Alcantara. But Schwarber leading off. Schwarber has been struggling as of late. We need him back badly. He is under 300 on base in the last few weeks. He needs to get going again. Hoskins, still getting on base, 10-game on base streak. Need Hoskins as well. Still on the 2 spot. I think I think Schwarber and Hoskins, that 2 is safe. Then 3 and 4 is what you can talk about changing. Bohm at 3. Bohm has been, listen, he hits his singles.
You still can't field. I'm just saying.
He cannot field. Is he the 3 guy? Probably not. We need Castellanos back in this lineup to really see how it's going to shape out. So I'd like to see Harper there and then probably JT clean up, then Bohm or Castellanos, then Castellanos or Bohm. Then we move on because I don't know. He's just not. He can't get extra base hits. He doesn't even walk that much. He's just a single guy. So, but yeah, Bohm's still. He's a contact hitter 300. He's hitting 300 since the start of August. Then Harper, we talked about him. JT, man, he has been on fire behind the plate. They keep running him. It's obviously the play was really highlighted by Sosa there, but again, just gunning people out, stealing second. Bryson Stott is back in the lineup after a 4-game absence. Edmundo Sosa is out of the lineup because of the righty Alcantara, which some people debate because he's been so hot recently. But, Stott's been good too. So you want to get the lefty in there for Alcantara. Gene Segura, we talked about him, really hot right now. Brandon Marsh, he's okay. He's better than Matt Vierling. That's what I'll say about Brandon Marsh. And Nick Maton's back in the lineup as well. Well, I do love Nick Maton as a player. So
Nick Mason has a bright future, in my opinion.
Yeah, he doesn't get any playing time because they really like Stott over him. But he's been out in the field. He's been perfect there. Taking him over Sosa today, which I'm fine with. I'm sure you get Sosa in there if they ever can get Alcantara out of this game and get to the bullpen. But yeah, that's the lineup. Go Phillies.
Hey, stop. Let's just hold on. Let's just pump the brakes real quick.
Go ahead.
Because I mean, Schwarber, Hoskins, Bohm, Harper, Romito, Stott, Segura, Marsh, Maton. They all had potential to actually hit the baseball. 1 and 2, mainly 1, and I knew this was going to happen. He's a home run hitter. All right, I understand that he's a little cold.
Yeah,
I get it. We need him to heat up. I don't need June, even though that'll be lovely, but give me I don't know, just give me something.
Something. Heat up by October. That's all we need.
Just be. You don't gotta be hot. You don't need to be streaming hot.
Yeah.
Just be warm.
How about a shorter bomb tonight? Get him going off Alcantara. Maybe win the
Alright.
game 1-0.
That's a confidence booster right there. Keep him going.
He needs some because
You need something.
he literally has more hits. I think he has more home runs than singles. So
I mean, and but when you sign a guy like this is what you're gonna get. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm just saying we just need something.
I'd like to see him walk a little more too.
That too. Hoskins, I'm not worried about. I mean,
He's been good, man.
he's been good. He's been good. I have no complaints.
I like that. I need people to get on base.
I have no complaints.
For Harper.
I have no complaints, but I will say this: 1 and 2 scare me going into the playoffs.
Really?
They do. I've seen Reese Hoskins be extremely cold before, where it's just miserable to even watch. And I've seen Schwarber just gone cold so I want to see these guys be warm going to. I want the whole line to be warm. When Castellanos comes back, you're gonna hear my Castellanos rant about just giving me something. I want the old guy. I want the. I don't. Do we need to have a?
You gotta get him back.
Do bad things need to happen for Castellanos to be great? I mean,
hey, the Queen died today, so
that is insane how you brought that out just like that. I was going genuine. I mean, the Queen Elizabeth unfortunately passed away today. He's not in the lineup.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's like a crazy thing to bring up, but the way how you brought it up is insane. I'm
not a monarchist, so
I'm just going.
R.I.P. But
listen, as I digress into something way better than what you were just going, the road you were going down.
Go ahead.
This lineup, if you look at this lineup at full strength with everybody in there, this lineup could do damage. They can beat teams. It's just a pitching, and right now it's pitching and 1 and 2 are the only things that are worrying me right now.
Hey, Alvarado's been fantastic out of the pen.
Alvarado's been fantastic. The GOAT, Sir Anthony Dominguez, is the savior. After taking a 6-year, it felt like a 6-year absence, he finally came back and blessed us with his presence. David Robinson's going to be all right. Corey Cannell, I think, didn't we lose him for the rest of the year?
Yeah, he's done. Robertson.
He only had 2 pitches anyway, so it don't matter.
Robertson better wake up and finish an inning. That's what I think.
So I'm. This team can make damage if they can compete with a team like the Mets, which they have going back and forth all year long, not in standing wise, but in games. You play competitive versus the Dodgers. You're not going to beat the top tier teams.
I don't think we're a World Series team.
We're not.
Yesterday, I don't.
But let me ask you this: was that last year's Braves team a World Series team after they lost to Acuna?
They were not a World Series team and probably like the 100-game mark of the season.
But
they weren't in the playoffs until after the trade deadline, I think, or at least after the trade deadline. They were below the Phillies. Remember when we took first last year? We took it over the Mets.
So remember, you lose Acuna. You have Albies. You have Austin Riley, who's a whole nother character. You got Albies. You bring in Rosario. You bring in Jock Peterson. You know. What I'm trying to say is, look at that team from last year. They had dominant pitching.
Yeah.
Our lineup, compared to that lineup that won the World Series, Swanson, Albies, Riley. Those are just the 3 consistent, and without their lead guy. Of course, you have Freddie Freeman there, but he's not there. But what I'm trying to say is this lineup, this team is built. The offense is built. As long as they have it, they can win games in the playoffs. They get shot. They turn heads. But it's the bullpen. It's the pitching. You just don't have consistent arms. That's it.
We'll see what Wheeler and Nola do in the playoffs because that 1 and 2 at their best are going to beat any team in the first 2 games. The Wheeler-Nola duo. Then we'll see what they do after that. You think it'd be Ranger because he's been good.
It could be Ranger. It could be Syndergaard. Thor, who I know you're not a big fan of.
Well, he's until he gives me a good start, just one good start. Then I'd like to see him. Hey, Eflin's coming back. That'll be interesting. Put him in the bullpen instead of Nick Nelson as a long inning guy, possibly. We'll see.
We'll see, but there will be a potential. There will be a Red October. I'm all ready for it.
Come on. I don't think the Brewers played today. Actually, I can check that real quick, but
Let's go.
I don't. Brewers are playing in 20 minutes from when we're recording this. They're bringing in San Francisco to Milwaukee. So not an easy series by any means. San Francisco's pretty much out of it by now. But another 3 games against San Francisco, or 4 because it's Thursday. But chance to go 5 games up tonight, or 3 games up. We'll see.
3 to 5.
We're in a good spot, and we got Washington this weekend. So yeah, pretty much it.
Pretty much it. Everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed Phillies pregame. Con, you got anything else?
Go Phils, baby.
Go Phils, and we got to talk about the delivery on some things. That was just, wow, that was awful. How's it going, everybody? Stay safe.
See ya.